Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how I made these little tags for my kitties and my daughter's kitties. I have this mold that I got from Hobby Lobby for $1.29. It has several different molds in it. I mean, it's one mold, but it has several different shapes. So it has a bone, a kitty, a fish, a heart, and a circle. And I'm going to use this UV resin that I got off of Amazon. And the first thing I'm going to do is take it around the little nubs of each of these. Now the little nubs leave a hole so you can put your jump ring through to hang it on the collar of your pet. And I'm just going to put a thin layer of the resin down in the mold for each one of these. And of course, for UV resin, you have to have the light, the UV light. So there I am putting it down in around the nub. Because if you don't, it'll leave a hole and it'll leave an air bubble, and then you won't have a hole for your jump ring. So you want to make sure you get that resin all around the little nub there. So my daughter has a dog and 3 kitties, and then I have 2 kitties. So I'm going to make one for each of them. And I'm just taking this toothpick, and I'm going to go around the little nub there, make sure there's no air around there. And then I'm going to go around the sides of the molds there. Just trying to make sure there's no air bubbles, because you know the air bubbles leave holes. And you don't want that. I had to put a little bit more in some of these. And then what I do is I take my heat gun and I pop more of the bubbles. And it's kind of cool because they kind of look like little pinpricks. And they just start coming up and popping. And then I was using my toothpick to help it out a little bit, just to get it up against the edges. Because like I say, if you leave any holes in there where it's not up against the edge, it will, or if you leave space, it will leave a hole. And now I'm going to take these little things, I'm not sure what exactly they're called because I threw the packaging away, but they came from the Dollar Tree, and these are like a bluish, like a teal color, and I'm putting it in the one that has the dog bone, and as you can see I got some in the other, so I'm just going to take my toothpick and put them in with the dog bone there. And these are just like little curled pieces of metallic I don't know, tin foil or something like that. I don't know. But fun little stuff you can get at the Dollar Tree. Put a few more in there. Move them around with my toothpick wherever I want them to be so they're not all bunched up in one area. And now I have some little blue stars. These also from the Dollar Tree. These come in a package of 3. You get stars, you get a thicker glitter, and then a thinner glitter, or a finer glitter. So these are just the little blue stars. So I'm just using my toothpick just to spread them out all over the heart. And this one here, I'm adding some of the pieces like I put in the bone, only these are pink. I want to get them up in the ears of the kitty. So toothpicks do come in pretty handy when you're using UV resin. And this one here is the thicker glitter. I put that in the fish. And then I want to make sure that I get it at the ends of the fish there. And I got a little piece of it in with the heart, so I needed to take that out. And then with the round one, I'm just going to put some blue glitter in there. So after you get your glitters and whatever in there, you want to put it under the UV light. And my UV light has a 60-second or 120 seconds. So I did it for 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. And there it is after the 2 minutes. And I had a star there, so I just put it in with the one that has the stars. And now I'm going to finish filling up my molds with the UV resin. Now the reason you don't want to fill it up totally with the UV resin when you're putting your glitters and stuff in it is your glitters will rise to the top of your mold here, and then they'll poke through the resin, and you don't want that. So you need to do it in stages. And you want to make sure when you're doing this stage too that you get it around that little nub so you'll have your hole for your jump ring. And then again, I'm just going around the edges with my toothpick, making sure there's no places where the resin isn't, because like I said, it'll leave a hole. Just kind of evening out the resin also. And now I'm just going to take my heat gun and I'm going to go back over it. Hopefully it'll pop any holes, any bubbles that I have in there, because, you know, if you have bubbles, you have holes. And then once I do that, I'm putting it back under my UV light for 2 minutes. And I did get my UV light from Amazon. Now I'm just going to remove my pieces from my mold. There's the kitty head. There's a fish. Got the bone. The heart. And the circle. And now what I have is a little thing of alphabet stickers. And I'm going to put the names of the animals on these. So I'm starting out with the heart, and I'm going to put Tibbs on it. Now I wish these letters were a little bit smaller, but these were the smallest ones I had. So I'm just going to go with it. I'll figure out how to get everything on there. You'll see. So that wasn't quite working because I wanted to put Tibbs, T-I-B-B-S. And so I had to move the letters closer to the left side so I can get the S on. And I just keep moving them over until I get them where I need them to be. And I did speed this up 2.5 times. Got that little dot for the eye. And we see if the S will fit on there. Where are you, S? Okay, is that it? There it is, Tibbs. T-I-B-B-S, Tibbs. Now, the cat head one is going to be Chloe. Trying to get that C as close as I can to the edge. So C-H-L. Here's the O. And now we just need the E, but guess what? There's not enough room. So we're going to have to readjust. Scooch it all over to the left a little more. And now get that E on there. It's on there, but it's still off to the edge, so I'm going to have to move these over just a little bit more. Let's speed this up 2.5 times. Okay, is it ready? Nope. You gotta do it a little bit more. Still not right. Kind of have to go up and down with it, and you'll see that here in a minute. Got to get that E on there. By George, I think she's got it. And there it is, Chloe, C-H-L-O-E. And now this one is Oreo. No, I'm sorry, this is Romad, the dog. So R-O-M-A-D. And what I end up doing is putting the letters kind of on top of each other. That was like the only way it was going to fit. And it's kind of hard to tell what the name is. But, you know, it's for my daughter. She could figure it out. I showed it to her. She liked it. You know, maybe she didn't want to hurt my feelings or whatever, but she seemed to know what it was. I guess I could have cut the letters out on my Cricut and got them the right size, but you know what? I just didn't want to feel full with my Cricut and those small letters. So I just went with these stickers here. I guess I was being lazy. So there it is, Romad, R-O-M-A-D. And now this one is Oreo, and this one's really hard to tell. But again, you know, it's my daughter. She figured it out, and yeah, we're going with it. So there it is, O-R-E-O, Oreo. And now this is for my kitty, and his name is Juggernaut. I really wanted to put Jugs on there, J-U-G-G-S, but yeah, I don't think it was going to happen, so I settled for Jug, and he was okay with that. I mean, I think he really liked this because they don't normally wear collars, so I went and got him a collar from the Dollar Tree, and it has a little black bow on it, and it's so cute, and he's so cute in it. So I hung this on his collar and put it on, and he was so proud. Look at that, Jug. We call him Juggy or Kidda or Poo Poo Kitty, whatever. So anyway, once you get the stickers on there, you want to put another layer of resin on top. So that's what I'm doing, and you want to make sure you put this resin all around the whole piece, on the whole piece, the whole thing, on the top. Don't do the sides or the back yet, but on the top. Make sure you get the whole piece done. So I'm going to do that to all of these. Want to make sure you get up around that little top part that has the hole in it for your jump ring. And then again, I'm just going to take my toothpick, make sure I get everything all around where the hole is. That's what I'm doing. Well, actually, I'm putting the toothpick through the hole. Yeah, that didn't make any difference. I got the resin down in the hole, but I'll show you how to fix that a little bit later. And now I'm just going to put it under the light again for 2 minutes. So there it is after the 2 minutes. But the thing of it is, the resin kind of leaked through the hole at the top. See, I can't get through there. But like I said, I'll show you how I fix that. And went onto the back of each of the pieces. So I have to fix that. But anyway, so I get out my drill and put a bit on it that's about the same size as the hole. And I just drill through it, and it works really good. I didn't have any problems with it that way. That fish one was all covered up, so I'll come back to it a little bit later. I should have been more careful around the holes. I shouldn't have put the UV resin around it, and what I should have done was just done it with a toothpick. You know, just take the toothpick and go around the edges where the hole is. But, I mean, that's okay. You know, I fixed it with the drill. And they didn't break or anything like that, so I was happy with that. And I'm just sanding down the back of this one a little bit. I don't do it to all of them, but this one, the resin had leaked in behind it. This is the heart one with Tibbs' name on it. And so I had to clean that up a little bit. So if you have any rough edges around it, you can just sand it down with sandpaper. Right here, I'm using a fingernail file. And then just make sure after you sand it down, you put some water on it and wipe it down real good, so you get all the dust and everything off of it. So those other ones looked okay, but they were kind of sticky on the back, so I did put them under the light for a little bit, about a minute or so. And the Tibbs one, there's a spot on the front that I kind of missed getting the UV resin in. So I'm going to fill that up with some resin and then slide that under the light. I guess I did the light for 2 minutes. So I'm just kind of evening it out with a toothpick. I'm going to slide it up under there. So there they all are. And the Tibbs one still had a little indentation, so I'm just going to go over the whole top of it with some more UV resin. And that's how you fix it. If you have holes or anything like that that you put the UV resin in, you have to put it all over the whole piece or it's just not going to turn out right. And see here, I'm going to take the toothpick and go around the edges and then up around where the hole is, instead of putting the UV resin around where the hole is, because that way it'll go down in and leak on the back and all that, and yeah, we don't want that again. So I just do it with my toothpick, and that way the hole doesn't get covered up, the UV resin doesn't go down in it. So I'm going to put that under the light for 2 minutes. And here it is done. Oh, look at that. That looks good, doesn't it? And then I'm just going to go ahead and drill through the hole again, because it did get some in the back of it. And now I'm going to even out the back and put some resin on the back. And I do that with all my pieces, and you'll see that in a little bit. It just makes it smoother because you kind of have the rough edges around the heart itself. And this way, you know, you'll have more resin around it, and it'll just, it'll feel a lot better on your fingers. I mean, not that the animal would care or whatever, but it's just smoother this way if you go ahead and put some on the back. And again, I'm going to put it back under the light for 2 minutes. And there it is. There's the back. Look at that. Nice and smooth. There's the front, looking good. So Tibbs is done. Now I'm going to do the back of Chloe's and the back of Oreo's. I really like making stuff with UV resin, in case you couldn't tell from my last few videos. But I do. I enjoy it. And I keep watching videos of other people using it, using resin, and you know, I learn a few things, and so I can improve what I'm doing. And so Romads, I had to sand down the front of it because it had a lump of the resin on top. So I sanded that down and, you know, rinsed it off. And now I'm putting a layer of UV resin on the top of his, a second layer. And then I'm going to put all these under the light for 2 minutes. And so here you have Oreos. It's all done. Look at that. Pretty. Oreo. And then Chloe. Look at that. I like that. It's so smooth. Chloe. And then Romad. Very nice. And now I have to do the back of Romads and the back of Juggies. Sorry about the camera focusing, going out of focus and all like that. I tried to delete a lot of the footage that had that in it, but I couldn't do it to all of it, unfortunately. I hate it when it blurs like that. But you know what it is? It ends up focusing on your hands and the stuff you're using instead of what you're what you want it to focus on. So I put that under the UV light for another 2 minutes. So there's Jugs. His is all done. It's so cute. And then Romance. The back of it is good. The front's good. It's all good. And now I'm going to add my jump ring. And then what I do is I add a split ring to this also, and then you can add the split ring to the collar of the animal. And don't forget, when you open your jump rings, you want to do them opposite of each other. You don't want to pull them apart, because that distorts your jump ring, and you don't want that. And I think these split rings are about 20 millimeter, and the jump rings are 10 millimeter. Is that right? Yeah, I'm not sure. I know the jump rings are 10 millimeter. The split rings, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking they were 20 millimeter. But there's Romance. He's such a good doggy. My daughter's dog and her 3 kitties. This one's Oreo, her oldest kitty, who's about 16 years old. She's a black and white kitty. She's very loud with her meows. There's Oreos. And then this is Chloe. Her and Tibbs are brother and sister. This is Chloe. I guess the other one was Tibbs. This one's Juggies. This is my kitty. And I have 2 kitties, Jug and Susie Q. And I made Susie Q one off camera. And I just did it the same way I did all these, and I didn't think you'd want to watch it. So you'll see it. It's coming up. There's Jugs. So there's Susie up in the right-hand corner and Jug in the bottom left corner. And Juggy, he was proud of his. Again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. And I'm trying to do 3 videos a week. See you later.